Yeah! Aya bwira baraza. Bana barabana Holandio. Abarundi nata muumula. Omwana ali mwana muyaya. Abana bera abalusumba kerengwe. Omulanga jaka banambi wamboka. Omwana wa protase oya. Kete maizu dinekeza. Ali barebe. Emu pilasa ali kumwako lile ndane yo. Kare tisa. Mwesi kwa mwana jawa jinga na bana bamayi. Aga musima ali murio. Aya. Mana muyaya amupira zani. Amupira zani. Mana miwamboka amupira zani. Lakini amuzaweli kubolela. Mana muyaya amupira zani. Amupira zani. Mana miwamboka amupira zani. Lakini amuzaweli kubolela. Langa sumbageremwe amupira zani. Ebumula amupira zani. Mana miwamboka amupira zani. Lakini amuzaweli kubolela. Abandi bebumula amupira zani. Yebalebe amupira zani. Mana miwamboka amupira zani. Lakini amuzaweli kubolela. Vijana bebumula amupira zani. Mana miwamboka amupira zani. Mana miwamboka amupira zani. Lakini amuzaweli kubolela. Babura zazi amupira zani. Mawaita amupira zani. Mana miwamboka amupira zani. Lakini amuzaweli kubolela. Mairuti amupira zani. Marangai amupira zani. Mana miwamboka amupira zani. Kuja barabaria. Nyabarebe bakora magabajaka. Abajaka banami. Mababa baremura. Osimiraga materei. Osimiraga matere. Marangari kanane nabo. Ayila chinyanya. Chakora bare hazabwe. Amupira zani. Arabe mulata. Kumana muraka buzari. Etarangiye kamayuba. Yabandi besiboti amupira zani. Amupira zani. Manami mamboka amupira zani. Lakini amuzaweli kubolela. Yabandi bakimayiti amupira zani. Yakabanami amupira zani. Manami mamboka amupira zani. Lakini amuzaweli kubolela. Sauti bukusu amupira zani. Amupira zani. Manami mamboka amupira zani. Lakini amuzaweli kubolela. Wezi bukusu amupira zani. Yakabana amupira zani. Manami mamboka amupira zani. Wamuta. Asante.
Bas omweno yibali wabuleo barasa nakumwenya wanami wamboka amupira sandi niko kwanyisia siba kisino sia West Bukusu online Facebook page live talk nende omukini wase wenda no engineer himself Wamuta live on this show. And of course my name is Godfrey, you guys karibu sana katika mazungumzo yetu ya leo, and I don't know if I'm clear or not. Just comment pale chini if we are clear or if we can change our settings of voice. So I need some few confirmation from you people if mnasikia vizuri ama namna gani. Karibu sana katika show yetu ya siku leo. My name is Tiberius Simiyu. We are on YouTube. Tiberius Simiyu, go there on YouTube utuangalie kidogo. And we are also on TikTok, that is West Bukusu online. On Twitter or X, we are there at West Bukusu. So we are also there on that platforms. Ensure you follow us on that platforms. Nimeona Waflo Mwengere amesha confirm kwamba tuko clear. Thank you so much Waflo Mwengere for your confirmation there. Anasema kwamba Hesia Homo ami engineer himself. Valentino Val akotani kabisa. Anasema tune in. Thank you so much Valentine for that comment. Lilian Souza anasema very clear. Thank you so much Lilian Souza for that feedback. Asante sana kwa hizo feedback zenu. So njocha nibukaribisha mgeni mumula hasa kumiro kwe wao disalini yeta. Almakosale haya alafu da kucha kuchila umukosi karibu sana interview ya Facebook West Bukusu Online.
Asante Mwami Tiberius.
Yes.
Good afternoon everyone.
Yeah.
Naba simile mwatekere kuchuna West Bukusu Online. Karibu sana upemba ukachure. Mulu kumanya lukali nende kasi niyo mwami wa mboka alakulanga. Kulupana nchipati chibili mbara part 1 and part 2. So mwebreke mwekale mleko bundles mala mulemba.
Sadi kiongozi. I like that introduction. It's very nice. Baras Oliver Holmali, Hesia engineer, my long-time friend. Thank you so much, Baras Oliver, for that. Greetings, and of course for taking your time to always watch our interviews. Karibu sana. Nimesema kwamba pia unaweza kutufuatilia kwa YouTube. Search Tiberius Simiyu on that YouTube na tunaenda pamoja. So saizi ni mwanzo tu. Just in case you have any question, ingia tu pale kwa comment section tu, utakuja part 2 na ajibu maswali yote, but for now mtamsikiza tu na niko na maswali yangu ambayo atayajibu tu live, and then part 2 mtauliza maswali, but you can ask those questions on this section, alafu tukuje section 2 tujibu maswali. Philosopher Halmali, my good friend Tiberius Hesielo Mukosi, engineer Wamuta, ndimsa live from Ngoli ali following. Thank you so much Philosopher for that comment, and of course for keeping it West Bukusu Online interviews. Kiongozi, kwanza kabisa bandu bahulile niwe hani nono kola bisa wibuleho omwami engineer Godfrey Wamuta ni nanu asarwa wae asoma wae mundu si holosi kwanza na wakuja kuchilo mkosi.
Asante sana Mwami Tiberius.
Yes.
Ngawa haloma kama stakangi bali engineer Godfrey Wamuta na mabundu bali mabusi.
Yes.
Modi ya mula. Nebulwa msirekerese walamba mabusi senesi.
Mabusi ra?
Mabusi. Kwa mula. Modi ya mula.
Yes.
Ese eholoba spali omwalila.
Oh.
Valila.
Omwalila.
Valila bala kukabange bama etulukwi. Ebwene ine bali basebosi bali bali. Noni bulwa fokwe bulwanga bsa sihale. Nebulwa bsengwe mabusi. Kwa ho munsi bitota. So abwene ani nanjila kuma somokasa. Na cham school bali na Maika Primary School.
Namaika Primary School.
Yes, Namaika Primary School. From class 1 up to class 5. From that, from class 6, one Bilam school, Nacham school, bali Zaya Primary School. So I went to Zaya Primary School. From class 6 to class 8, from where I did my KCP.
Ne mo primary na Maika neno kama somo kama kariyo mkosi.
Kama somo Ngoma ile kama somo kem village tu. Wala sina kenda. Kawaida sa just normal village schooling. Lakini ndo maana ndinza ya I don't mean mbo maisha kama kumalaika sana ta.
Oh yeah.
We really struggle. For example, says msasos. Kerusia. Malaka sacrifice. In fact, my mom was a tailor.
Oh yeah.
My mom was a tailor. The papa was and is still staff at NYS.
Oh.
Lakini at that time ne sirum kehe. Kaba nende wanda ibakali.
Yes.
Malaka struggle anga homa soni. Lakini kalo mali yesi ke ahikomble mwana yo yesi asomeho mu environment
Enda yo.
Mala kwa mang Tiberius I can tell you kwa namanga SK opening.
Yes.
Namange mabusi njapa kecha echalicha enzoya. Hundika. Manga hundika. Wa mabusi. Yes. No chapaka enzoya. Kalisi ya sangalo, urawandu bali mabusi matumbufu, no chapaka school. No nabe cyane chindika chibi. Endikandala ya memle making years nilisandu kuyasa. Lakini kwa struggle but it was a sacrifice. Hiyo msa simple. After that sisi kubeho ni maisha kama lai. Ewe ni nyakuyeta. Na menza ya nacha Teremi Boys.
Teremi Boys
Nasoma Teremi Boys. Na maleo miaka 4. From there, I went to Dedan Kimathi University to pursue my degree in civil engineering. So I'm a civil engineer, apart from kazi kimia pala. So after Dedan Kimathi, at Dedan Kimathi is where I started my political journey.
Oh, at Dedan Kimathi.
I think I'll give you a history of my political journey baadaye.
Yes.
But from Dedan Kimathi is where I strengthened my political journey and started my political journey. Namala ndio, Namala school, I graduated with my bachelor's degree in civil engineering. I have practiced and still practice as a civil engineer.
Yes.
Some of the projects that I've participated in, Bamanye Kenha headquarters here,
Oh, yes.
I was a structural engineer, but Barabara Plaza. I was a structural engineer there.
Yes.
The first concert building
Yeah.
was built. I was a structural engineer and part of the team that did the design and implementation of the first concert building.
Oh, yes.
I also did participated in the design of Sijosi Cool Marine School, Silikisum Anam. I was part of the team, the design team, and the implementation team. Lastly, until last year, I was an engineer at the Lamu Port, where I constructed a Lamu Port from scratch until completion, which was the project was completed last year. I am also an associate arbitrator.
Arbitrator?
Yes, I'm an arbitrator. Registered with the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators. I think that is what informs my interaction, and how I handle a lot of things. I handle it from an angle of arbitration.
Yes.
We conflict with it.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you understand the process of arbitration and negotiation to find solutions in every situation,
yes,
then I think you can find many, you can solve very many issues quite easily. Now, briefly, that is my introduction.
Yes.
In case there's something I forgot, I'll mention.
Okay. Now, since I introduction now, the family go, your brothers, sisters, my papa, you just mention them as we go to give the introduction part. Yes.
And I have a brother.
Yes.
And 4 sisters. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. We are coming there now. Kwanja sono who your journey of joining politics. Kunywa maji kidogo tukijarisha kwa hiyo na hapo nomba waliwendesha wasimsekese. Omba nyira?
Yes.
I pass my greetings to engineer. He's only straight forward politician I know. Thank you so much wendesha wasimsekese for your comment. Amesikia sana Helen nafuna alisenolele nono ndi life. Martin Kueleho alihesha my primary classmate. Thank you so much Martin Kueleho for that comment. Now whenever Godfrey Wanjara Ali Kulisabureke, it is clear from ASK grounds in Gong Road, Sakacha Cup finals, earphones at work. Thank you so much. Valentine Val al my super manager, Ewesibia.
Yes, sir.
Kennedy Mupalia, I know you know him.
Yes.
The team member. The show is good. Tell my super manager that we are flanking him. The Bumola we wanted under the stewardship of Honorable Wanami Wamboka Jack. Benedict Mekisi, it's true, senior Wamuta was very supportive to his brother, including my classmate Augustine Wamuta at the Bishop Atundo High School, Kimaeti, together with Sami Nandele. Those are the comments, bro. Iron Land Rover, my classmate in Zoya Sugar Primary.
Yes.
Amepata ujumbe wake kabisa. Thank you so much, guys, for following. Of course, you can keep the comment coming. In case you have any question here, kindly ask it. Put it in the comment section. Kureja basi na abako mo live. This one you see. You know you now, now when Anthony Matthews Rubini, I am tuned in from Nairobi, Membly. Kamese what he is a very nice guy also. Our friend here. Now yakuja kusafari yo yakujoin politics.
Yes.
Olumela ko yanjira ho no university.
Yes.
Yanjira mkosi.
Right at the university level,
yes.
In the first year. Nanja safari yange ehuru kabangu.
Oh yes.
Never class representative for first year. Karamalando nature active politics.
Yes.
At the end of the day, nature never secretary general and say first. But Ninaholangandrio at the same time, engeneno na interact and the Babasi yange back Kalisana. Nihwanisa kumukanda kwa Bukoya. So Bukoya and my university stay. And my involvement in the activity politics is a university. And the Bukoya activities of Bukoya, which build their profile yange. Yeah, ya politics ndi bukoya na interact ne bandu bakalisa mala nango na busale in fact basale bakalisa yini bonabo bo bakalistanga balo nabo ne live nabo ele kimembe ndipo ndipo si network ngene ni si maintainle paka sai aliwa sange mlala bali upload nikoloba
yes
wabele wabwe ne kulipa bu still maintain those ties mala bandu abo ndipo kulle nabo ba interact nabo mala nibo ba guide le process ya englange ya process.
Okay. Yes. I don't know how you kwa kanendo omwami onani Wamboka. You've been with him.
Yes.
Na hobone you've been with him for quite some time now.
Yes.
Ngoroma kana in which circumstance? Nekaba kalino mgosi.
Omwami onani Wamboka kabe lo msale we've been family friends.
Oh yeah.
For a long time. Lakini it's never involved sana actively previously in campaign chair. Lakini the last campaign,
yes,
last night
2022,
yes, because previously never engaged people.
Oh yeah,
ngana mention such projects indala never change on projects doing my practice in civil engineering.
Yes,
lakini the last regime kwa last night nakambola ngomsale kuyeta mala kubonenga nyakakula kwa change mula yefe mala kakola ariyo kubela yesikabona kasi ni kwakolanga interaction kasi ni kwakolanga nende baraka kwa mila kubukoya kwa mila ku programs chingazi che baraka.
Yes,
so kwechala makambolali kuyetane kwa khalasi kwa at the end of the day nature nava head of his campaign team.
Yes,
mala first kumalicha mbebulai wabona chiriza singa chapa. Yes.
Okay. That is so good, and of course thank you so much for that. And who apart from that nenyine olumeho siasa ya 2022 nga yakhaba rundi obukule bise binaundi osimeho bakosi ba constituency ye Bumula
kwanza
kwa musale wo
kwanza nenya kusima abandu bemula
yeah
bo campaign ya 2022 yaba campaign ikin very interesting.
Yes,
yabe ndumesi yaba raisi tawe mala abandu bemula they proved that sebalala omundu niye kama tawe baprova bali balalondela agenda yo mundu mala bachagua omundu kubela manifesto yewe and kubela agenda yewe ni alinayo kubandu bemula. Campaign can be very rigorous.
Yes,
and as the head of the campaign team I can tell you it is more than it is one thing to have supporters.
Yes,
but it is another thing to convert that support into votes. And it is another thing to protect that vote. That vote. So campaign, especially at 2022, was a very interesting one for me.
Yeah,
where I was deeply involved. We went to every village.
Yes,
we stepped in every village. Lakini Wamuta, it is not enough. Hucham village.
Yeah,
it is not enough. You must have a message for those people, and they must feel that you have an agenda to help them. That's why later on I'll explain to you. Maybe in Biola Kangavandu, Malabi Kali Habikole, maybe in the pipeline.
Yes.
One very interesting bit.
Yes.
During the campaign period.
Yeah.
Is now the voting day and the vote counting period.
Oh.
I was
that night, morning. Yes,
we had our tallying center.
Oh yes,
and I was in charge of it. And I can tell you, before IBC released the results, I had all the results.
Allah,
I had all the
you
results.
Had your own tallying center.
So what was remaining is who cross check us on the IBC. Malakwasi mabandu mulambo vamwa vachagua mwami onani Wamboka kuba mbunga wabwe.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, that is so good. Okay, nono hayorundi khulekho kwanza onymeho kamechi as I read some comments here from good people of West Bukusu Online. Nabona ali bali mali Paul Sikolia. I am here at the slopes of the coast Nyangali Hills, West Bukusu Ward. Thank you so much, Marim Paul Sikolia, for that comment. Faith Mimo, good work. MCA, man of power. Okay, thank you so much. Barasa Oliver, ali
Bukoya was the best thing that ever happened in our friendship, following from Moscow, Russia. Thanks so much, Barasa Oliver, for that comment. And of course, thanks so much, guys, for following here. It's good that you people are always following whenever we go live with our guest. Now, another question. Ningine obole bandu kirasmi, your role in the constituency. Who are you first? And then your role in the constituency. Because from our poster, tulisema kwamba you are a constituency manager.
Yes.
Talk about it at length. What is it first, and then what's your roles as a constituency manager of Bumula constituency?
Yes. I'm the constituency manager, constituency office manager, Bumula constituency. My role is one who coordinate our staff, Wambunge, and also make sure that they manage their salary schedule and do other statutory requirements.
Well, you'll answer this first.
Just a minute.
With our guest here, who is here with me here, kindly
to allow for a few moments kiasi here and here because we are live, so the challenges may happen here and there. So kindly let's keep it that way. We are live on West Bukusu Online Facebook page. My name is Tiberius Miu. Just in case you also want to be interviewed on this show, kindly inbox there your request that mimi pia nataka mni interview kwa hii show yenu ya live na tutafanya vile pia tukuorganize kuja hapa. You can get this interview also on our YouTube channel there. Just go there and search Tiberius Miu on YouTube and get our interviews there. Tuendelee sana.
Yes.
Samahani kwa yale ya makosa kidogo. Let's continue.
Yes, so what was it?
About your role and
yes, my role as
the
constituency manager.
Yes.
Yes. So I coordinate the staff of the Member of Parliament.
Yes.
But most importantly, I coordinate all the programs of the Member of Parliament. Like right now, we are having a football tournament.
Oh yeah.
It's ongoing. I make sure that all these all these things, everything is in order. You have the uniforms, you have the balls, you have everything coordinated up to the grassroots level. You know, you've covered and I think you've seen the programs that the Member of Parliament has almost on a weekly basis.
Yes.
It's just now that is out of the country that we're not having those programs, but the other programs that are going. So I coordinate all the weekly programs that the Member of Parliament does. We have so many programs, right from the projects that are launched to our social programs with the people and how we interact with the people. So basically, before we do anything, I have to make sure that everything is in order, the venue, everything, and decide on where. You see, Bumula is very big.
It's very big. It's so big.
We have to balance. Before, if we are in this region, this polling center this weekend, we have to look at another, visit another place next weekend. So that balance is what I coordinate, and also other stuff, any other program that Member of Parliament has.
How many staffs PNB that Member of Parliament has?
Now, the Member of Parliament is a patron of CDF.
Oh, yeah.
So we have staff on the parliamentary wing.
Oh, yes.
We have 18 staff.
18 staff.
Parliamentary wing.
Yes.
And we have 13 staff on the CDF wing.
Oh.
So the parliamentary wing is where I control, I coordinate the staff, the issues of staff, doing their pay slips, doing their payment, salary payments, everything.
Okay.
I coordinate on that. The CDF wing, we have the funds manager who coordinates those payments.
Who is that?
But Philip.
Oh, Philip, yes.
The funds manager.
Okay.
But in terms of the overall program, everyone is involved.
Oh, yes.
Now, we have a structure up to the grassroots level. When we came in, we looked at a structure that will be easily accessible, and so that people can easily reach out to a Member of Parliament. So we have a structure that runs from the top where up to the grassroots level. So from the constituency manager, we have the constituency coordinator.
Oh, yes.
That is my friend Peter Mahuaya. We also have 7 coordinators, ward coordinators.
Yes.
Something that was never there before. We have 7 coordinators. So if you have any issue before you head to the office,
Yes.
you have access to these ward coordinators who give us weekly reports on what the people want, on what say any requests from the people.
Yes.
Every week we put the reports together and respond to them, whether we will participate or schedule them for another date.
Okay.
Yes. So that is our structure and basically what we do at the office.
Okay.
Yes.
Thanks so much. Now let's now talk on our main agenda that brought us here.
Yes.
It's about the MP scorecard.
Yes.
It's 1 year now.
Yes.
Plus some few months since he was elected. We need to sample those projects that our honorable member of parliament has done so far.
Yes.
From the day he was elected up to date. You will tell us, you take us through some of the projects. You have your own way of arranging them.
Yes.
I give you now this time to highlight them on the issue of
this is I like this bit because it is what we have been doing in the office since day one.
Yes.
Number one, I can assure you that Wanami Wamboka is a very strategic member of parliament. I think if you look around,
yes,
you'll find very few strategic members of parliament like he is.
Yes.
The reason why I'm saying this is number one, the moment he was of the Public Investment Committee, there are only 20 chairmen.
Yes.
Chairpersons.
Yeah.
There are only 20 chairpersons. And among the 20, where Aaron from Bomola is a chair.
Yes.
He is not just a chair of any other committee. He's the chair of the Public Investment Committee.
Public Investment Committee.
On Education and Governance.
Yes.
And later on, I'll explain to you how his position as the chairman of the Public Investment Committee, he has contributed, and how the people of Bomola have benefited from his position as the chairman of the Public Investment Committee on Education and Governance. Number two, you see, the role of a member of parliament is one, legislation.
Yes, yes.
So his contribution in parliament, I think you've seen how vocal he has been.
Yeah, very vocal.
Very vocal.
In many matters.
On matters, especially that touch on the people. And he has not shied away from standing with the people, even if those decisions have been very difficult decisions to make.
Yeah.
So he has been very active in parliament.
Yes.
And as we speak, something that stands out again
is
that he came up with a bill on education.
Oh, yes.
Previously, you might have noticed that our university students used to go to private universities. And look at it this way. When your brother or sister goes to a private university, I have a sister in Catholic university.
Oh, yes.
She goes there are no hostels, and she's told to go and stay in Rongai.
Hey.
And pay rent. Rent in Rongai is around 7,000, 10,000.
Single room?
On a monthly basis. So what they forgot is that in public universities, we have enough, most of these public universities have enough hostels to take care of these students. And the cost of living somehow at the public universities is a bit less. So you don't strain the parent every day.
Yeah.
So when our member of parliament went to parliament, the first thing that he also sought to address was this issue of admission of students to private universities. It was not an easy decision. It was not an easy move. A lot of interests were involved.
Yes.
But he managed and succeeded.
Yeah.
And as we speak, we enjoy those fruits. That now, all students are going to public universities and they're enjoying the fruits of being in a public university. Now, that is legislation.
Yeah.
There's also a bill coming to parliament, and this was adopted by the bipartisan team.
Yes.
But the first person to come up with the idea of the office of the opposition leader is Wanami Wamboka.
True.
So you can see him very active in parliament. Now here at home, as the patron of CDF, he's involved in planning and development. Now, there are a lot of things that we have done in our first year in office.
Yes.
Let me start by starting with the education.
Education, yes.
When we came into office,
Mm.
the MP assigned me
Mm.
the work of reviewing the education standards in the constituency.
Yes.
And they were very wanting.
Mm.
So we asked ourselves, what do we do? And by there, we have stakeholders. We engage stakeholders in all departments with the view of getting solutions.
Yes.
So we have a team of teachers who help us coordinate. Kuna Mwalimu Namasake from Kibaiti. We have Mwalimu Ikanda. We have a team of about 8 teachers who also help us to coordinate these issues.
Yes.
So we sat down and asked ourselves, how do we improve the education standards?
Yeah.
Number one was infrastructure, which I'll address later.
Yes.
But something that stood out when we went to primary schools was that most of these students, most of these pupils were staying at home long hours because of lack of food. Omwana kame skuli achengo hulia lanchi na anyola pusi yako le mic.
Na kasi kada keche school ta.
The keche school ta.
Kabisa.
So we discussed with the teachers, and that is how we came up with the lunch program.
Oh yeah.
We came up with the lunch program.
Yes.
Mala class 8, and we fed all schools in the constituency.
Yeah.
Now it was not an easy thing, but I told you Wanami Wamboka is a very strategic member of parliament because he looked for friends.
Yeah.
Because these things you cannot manage.
You can't manage a whole.
Because it is a budget that runs to about 20 million in a year.
Wow.
So you look for friends. We have he has a foundation called Wanami Wamboka Foundation. Yes. Which also supplements some of these things because I like this year the bill that was enacted last week by the president allows for feeding program to schools, but previously CDF did not allow for us to get funds to feed the pupils. But so if you don't have that fund, what do? You look for friends. And that is what Wanami Wamboka did. He looked for friends and were able to mobilize resources to feed all the schools. Candidate class last year, this year. And I can assure you, the results were, I can tell you, we saw the fruits of that investment.
Kabisa, yes.
We saw the results.
Yeah.
And I think you covered some of those results.
Yeah, true.
We were very happy that this time round, our schools improved tremendously. Now, when you go to tertiary institutions, we have 3 main tertiary institutions in Bumula. We have Musakasa, we have Tulumba, and we are looking at we are at advanced stage with the process of registering the KMTC. Let me talk about Musakasa. When we came into office, it was around February. I went to Musakasa with the instruction of the member of parliament. Yeah. And I almost cried. I found out that the institution, big as it is, had around 170 students. So we talked to the management.
170?
170, around 170 students. So I had meetings with the management. Na tukajiuliza, kulakola hurie nyehuinu institution yefanya. Yeah. So we sat down and they proposed very many, they did very many proposals. Yeah. And later on we agreed that us as CDF, we are going to pay for registration of all these students, any student from within Bumula who wanted to join Musakasa. Now, through his position as the chairman of the Public Investment Committee on Education, he approached HELB. He approached the Minister of Education. I remember, if you can recall, the management, the Musakasa management, led by the chairman and the principal, then went to visit the minister. Oh yes. And
I saw the photos.
From there, they agreed. And since then, if you go to Musakasa today, you find about 2,000 students in Musakasa. In January next year, we have another plan. Come end of next year, trust me, we'll have more than 3,000 or 4,000 students. I was talking to the principal the other day. When I went there the first time, the problem was we don't have students. Yes. But recently, when I spoke to him, the issue is now classes. because we have enough numbers. We have so many students to the extent that the structures there are now strained. And we are now looking at ways of now adding them more structures.
Oh, yeah.
So that is what goes on in Msakasa. So were it not for the efforts of the Member of Parliament, Sai anaweza kunenda Msakasa.
Oh.
We have.
Then you are also helping them in marketing around.
Yes.
You are sponsoring them.
We literally moved around with them. Because when they see the office of the Member of Parliament involved, there's some confidence in it. We moved around with them.
Yes.
That is why we have those fruits.
Yeah.
Now, we have another institution called Cardinal Otunga, TTI.
Yes.
For a very long time, I also went to Cardinal Otunga early this year.
Yes.
And the situation was also dire. The students were learning in a tent.
In a tent?
Yes, in a tent. And this is an institution of higher learning. They call it TTI. So, again, with his efforts as the chairman of the Public Investment Committee, he visited the minister. There's we have unlocked some money to construct infrastructure for the institution. But in the immediate, we agreed with him that it will not be prudent for them to continue learning under a tent. Yeah. So we allocated resources through CDF to construct 5 lecture halls. And as we speak, if you normally follow our Facebook update, the Wanami Wamboka Facebook update, recently you saw they're almost complete, 90% complete. The process of registration is ongoing, and very soon we'll have the institution complete. We have a project, another institution called KMTC, Bumula KMTC. Bumula KMTC has also been an issue for a very long time through the previous regimes. But within the first year, Wanami Wamboka has managed to unlock something that has been difficult for many people for a very long time. Yes. As we speak, the contract was advertised, the procurement process for the construction of administration block, a modern administration block, for Bumula KMTC is complete. And in mid-January, we'll have the contractor on site. Oh, wow, that's so good. The plan is, once you have proper infrastructure, we are able to negotiate for good courses within the KMTC. So any student from around Bumula will not have to travel all the way to Machakos or to anywhere to get services or to get knowledge on KMTC, on medical issues. So those are the 3 main institutions. And I can assure you, were it not for the Member of Parliament for Bumula, Wanami Wamboka, those institutions will be very far, very, very far from seeing light. Now, I also want to talk about our infrastructural projects in schools. Oh, yes. When we came into office, previous regimes have been doing disservice to the people of Bumula. I visited a school. There's a school in Mukwa. Mukwa, yes. There are several schools, a lot of schools. If you go to some of these schools, you'll find a stalled project that was started by a Member of Parliament, the first by Wakoli when he was Member of Parliament. Yes. Then midway, they leave it. And then you find another project started by my friend Honorable Sula. And then now you find a third project that was started by the former MP, Mambu. So you find 3 stalled projects in an institution that was started by previous members of Parliament. And then all of them stalled. None is complete. So we wonder, what was the thinking behind this? So we said, we are going to map out all these structures that are stalled and make sure and design a way of completing all these projects. This, again, is not something that you can do in 1 year. This, again, is not something that you can do in 2 years. But the intention is that no public money should be lost. Because if you leave that structure at foundation level, you are losing all that money. If you leave that structure at lintel level, you are losing all that money. So that is also something that we're doing. Apart from that, we said we want to raise the standards of our institutions. We moved away. Our previous, our immediate predecessor was doing renovations, and gave it to him. Probably he had his own reasons why he was doing those renovations.
Yes.
But we came with a different idea. Because these classes, some of these classes were constructed as early as 1970, 1960. So if you come and put a roof as an engineer, you put a very good roof, and then below, the foundation is weak. Tell me how long it will take for that structure to start.
Won't even.
So it might be beautiful on the face of it, but give it 2-3 years, you will not have a structure. So we said we are moving away from doing renovations. We are moving completely away. But of course, those renovations that had been started previously, we don't want to leave them halfway. But we'll make sure that we now chart a new way of doing new classrooms. So that is our ideological difference with the previous regime. Also, we identified schools, and we are doing every ward. And before we come up with these projects, we do a lot of public participation. Every weekend, you see the member of parliament moving around, and they get views from the people. And the people advise, for example, that in this area, we need these classrooms, we need this. So we compiled all these views and agreed to do at least a story building in every ward. At least a story building in every ward. And I'm happy to report that is right on course. In Kabula, for example, we are doing at Remwa Secondary School. Remwa is very close to our heart because before the member of parliament, Honorable Nami Wamboka became member of parliament, he participated in building that school. Initially, they were using just muddy structures, but now we are going to give them a story building. In South Bukusu, we have Lumboka. We are doing a story building there. In Hasoko, we have Namanze. We are doing a story building there. In Bumula, we are doing Helela Primary. In Kimaeti, we are doing Bishop Atundo, a story building, an administration block, worth 24 million. Yes. In Siboti, we are doing Miluki Girls, an administration block. In West Bukusu, we are going to do Machwele Primary School. We are doing all this because we want to facelift the face of our schools. Do you realize that we have moved away from the 844 system?
True.
Having moved away from the 844 system, we need to equip these schools that are available within the constituency. Because our students will move away from moving. We are now shifting from moving to schools outside the constituency for good education. So we'll have to equip institutions within our constituency, and that is the intention. And we have a proper plan to make sure that we do all this. Now, apart from that, we're also doing we are purchasing land for a lot of schools. We are doing classrooms for many schools. Some of the schools are just starting up. We are supporting them. So in terms of infrastructure, that is it. Now, we have another key issue.
Before coming to that key issue, wacha nikuruhusu pia kunywa maji kidogo tukija kwa another agendas. Umeongea sana. Let me also talk to our viewers who are watching us. Philosopher akona swali tutauliza baadaye kidogo swali lake. Thank you so much Philosopher for that comment. Tutauliza baadaye. Gilbert Odeke anasema watching us from Cheptais, Bungoma County. Asante sana. Alfred Ernest, my schoolmate pale Teremi, big up brother. Thank you so much Alfred Ernest for that comment. Papa Simon Watila ali papa oriasinano tawe holisano mukosi atawa hona baholia hosima sana enje osiara fuwe sana kabisa. Simon Watila mbarali kimnyewe emwale yeyo ema yanjikibuke. Thank you so much for that. Na nimeona Rashid Ramadhan anasema nawapata vizuri sana, asante sana. Job Barasa na mwe bali Job watu hili ali safi ali say hi to manager. Thank you so much for that comment. Asante sana. Ben Simiyu alisafi sana, niko locked mbaya kabisa. Asante sana. Justice Masolo Weswa anasema kwamba pass my greetings to my friend engineer. They are doing tremendous job in transformation of Bumula constituency. Kuna mtu anasema useme kwa Kiswahili kidogo pia. Ruhusu kwa halo kwa babira sada.
Sawa.
Where is Mzee ask engineer if he saw the statement of Mzee Stanley Waso on Bumula oversight on Turumba TTI. What is his response on the state of Bumula TTI? Hiyo tujibu ukija baadaye kidogo part 2 of our issue. Justice Masolo, Ben Simiyu, Matri Kweleho, who are watching us, thank you so much for that. Mwalimu Levi following live from my village Machuele, asante sana. Na wengi ambao wanatutizama. Keep it West Bukusu online Facebook page, we alternate Kibukusu, Kiswahili kidogo na Kiingereza.
Sawa,
so msijala sana we will be alternating here and there. Karibu mkosi?
Yes, asante.
Yes.
Program ikindi ni hulnayo maendeleo karibu Mula. Number 1 ni barabara.
Yeah.
Issue ya barabara.
Yes.
Barabara actually mostly under Kera.
Yeah, true.
But under the patronage also ya hiyo mbunge na mambo.
Yes.
So previously ne kwa chamofi barabara chingali chaba in good shape tawa. Sasa tukaamua through Kera kwa plana.
Yes.
Kwanja kwa barabara chewe. Barabara ni kwa njiraho yaba kwa mama yanja chapa kesango. Kwamba wangu na barabara chingali sana karimo. Lakini kwa tukagundua kwamba funds kutoka hapa Kera zitoshi.
Yeah.
Because there kuna ile mandatory budget ya kila constituency. So mbunge kupitia tena kwa network yake na hiyo ku-strategize. Aliweza lobby for about another 8 roads directly kutoka national government. Zinaitwa special roads.
Yes.
In the entire western, I think sisi Bumula ndio tulikuwa na highest. Na hizo inahitaji strategy.
Yeah, true.
Inahitaji ukuwe ni mtu ambao uko strategic na uko na marafiki.
Yeah.
Ukikuwa pale kwa budget, aulali usingizi. So through that, tuko na hizo procurement process imeisha in January.
Yeah.
You see, mvua imenyesha kwa muda mrefu.
Yeah, kabisa.
And allow me to mention that I'm the chief advisor on issues of infrastructure.
Yeah.
Who I say I'm an engineer.
Oh, yeah, true,
that is my profession.
No.
Efla kwile ruka sana muda kumle. Mara vile chile parapara nje kwa ya makabalime. Parapara hicho tukasema zingoje kwanza mvua ikiisha alafu tukuje waanze kulima tena. But the good thing, the positive thing ni kunyahwamia mu situation ngine.
Yes.
Elichi barabara mingi ambazo tulikuwa tumejenga zilikuwa zimekuwa marabd. Mingi sana bado ziko in good shape.
Yes.
Hazijaribika sana lakini bado kuna pesa kupitia kwa hiyo program in mid January kuna a lot of roads zenye tunaenda kujenga.
Yeah.
And if you allow me I can mention.
Yeah, true.
Kuna barabara kutoka Mayanja Itungulu ikienda Sango. Kuna barabara ya kutoka Napara ikienda Masielo ikienda hadi Kimwanga.
Oh yeah.
Kuna barabara ya kutoka Bosio inatoka Bosio Siboti mpaka Kimwanga.
Yeah, true hiyo.
Then kuna barabara ya kutoka Nyangali.
Oh yeah.
Ne chapaka Mayanja. Ne wamao ile barabara ya ma etulukui ne chapaka impresa. Yo silo program. Ile barabara ya ma impresa ne chapaka ebitobo ne chapaka kitabisi. Ile program. Ile barabara ya ma lelekwe ne chamianga. Ile program. Ile barabara ya ma Kimwanga. Ne chabu nambovi ne chapaka Nasianda.
Yes.
Ile program. Ile barabara ya ma abundu bali Lunao, yes. Vira mabusi ne chapaka na matotoa.
Yes.
Ile program.
Yes.
Ile barabara ya ma Chiliba Junction.
Chiliba, yes.
Chiliba Junction ne chapaka ehelela echapaka mikokwe ele parapara ya masuno nasianda masuno lumboka paka lunakwe ele program parapara cho hedo machino heche holeho starting January baloba wachoba baye bachingona ele parapara ya mateka
ya
necha kibachenje ne ama kibachenje necha sioya paka muhuma yo silo program ele parapara ya kabula
ya
necha mwiruti necha paka malinda ele program ele parapara ya bumula tulumba paka mayanja yo silo program so it's parapara chino about 8 of them were directly sourced and negotiated and lobbied for national government. Directly special, directly budget national government. Chinocho si inayo si the effort hiyo mbunge. Uwe for mula mwana mboka. Now so hube lazima kwa kefla, that's why never postpone kidogo, lakini I can assure you if I know hapo na punguhle and the procurement process is done within January mlevera za kungira chilinywe chindai menako on roads. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that. And any other things that you've done? Now hachi break tawe. Sorry.
Chi program kunacho chingali.
Yes.
Na kuhaba mwami wamboka na habo mbunge tawe. Alikuwa ameanzisha program mingi sana. We have a very important wing tulikuwa nayo ya bodaboda. Kuna program kuna very important wing tuko nayo ya mama mboga.
Yes.
Kuna another very important wing tuko nayo ya vijana.
Yes.
Kuna very other important wing ya juakali.
Yes.
Now bodaboda kabla hata wanami mboga kwa mbunge.
Yes.
Alimobilize marafiki tukakuja pale Nakalila tukakuja pale Nakalila wakati tulikuwa tunaapisha chief Siaf, principal chief Siaf.
Yes.
Tukawapea 1 million bodaboda wasiboti.
Yes.
Fund to support their programs. Wakati tulichukua wakati mbunge aliingia ofisini tukasema watu wetu wa bodaboda lazima tutakaa nao.
Yes.
Na tangu tuanze tumekuwa na ward based meetings na bodaboda. Number 1, hawa bodaboda ndio walitusaidia kufanya mobilization siku ya mwisho.
Yes.
Na wengi wao hatukuwa tumepatana tukaongea tukafurahia vile tulifanya kazi. Yes. No, we have tumekuwa na programs na bodaboda. Tulianzia South Bukusu. Tukakaa nao kwa Sinja hafu
Mzwali yaho ya.
Mzwali. Kwa mao kwa cha West Bukusu.
Yes.
Yo se wa khala nabo kwa pasi hafu kwa khala swali. Nabo. Kwa mao tukaenda Hasoko. Tukimaliza Hasoko tukakaa chini nao. These are social programs na watu wenye tumekuwa nao, tumetembea nao kwa hii safari.
Kwa safari ya true.
Kabula pia tulimaliza. And when we went to Kabula, tunaendelea kuimprove kwa hii program vile tunaendelea.
Yes.
Tulifika Kabula wakatuambia wako na shida ya tent, wanahitaji tent. We bought them a tent ya kusupport program zao. Sasa wanatumia wana hire and then they get wanapata pesa kidogo ya kuwasaidia
hapa na pale
kutegemea. Tuko na program ya kuna a lot of organizations a lot of kuna kama mama mboga chamas.
Yes,
chamas mingi sana. As we speak kuna fund inaitwa Uwezo Fund. Kuna wale wameanza kuapply. Our committees in place. Very soon watakuwa na roll out hiyo program ya kusupport hizi groups, women groups, youth groups ambazo zinataka usaidizi na zimekuja pamoja. Tuko na program ya Ondoa Nyasi.
Ondoa Nyasi program, yes.
Mwanapapa ukitembea Bumula kuna sehemu nyingine umanya unyala wake ndio sio paraparori so wanako nje bunyasta. Lakini ukitembea sehemu nyingine utapata kuna watu wanaishi kwa nyumba rao ndio sana no hayo hatiti. Kuna mahali tulienda siku moja. Tukapata mama mmoja ni mjane, ako na watoto 6. Na wanaishi kwa nyumba nyingine ndogo ya round. Hatiti sana. No bana mama ivano bisebla hata kama sika Kenya. So tuko na hii program ya ondoa nyasi. Na hii program iko under Wanami Wamboka Foundation. So we've been moving around tukijengea watu nyumba, and I think you've been updated.
Kabisa, yes.
Kwa hii process yote.
Kabisa.
We also support churches. Saizi ni vile mbunge yako out of the country.
Yes.
Lakini akikuwa around on all Sundays we attend church services ya karibu 3 or 4 or 5 churches. Na we support them. Kabisa. We build a lot of churches. And kuna mtu alituuliza siku moja kwamba mbona mnaenda kwa hii makanisa sana? And the reason why I talked to my boss siku moja nikamuuliza sio kucheza ndala mara huru hapo. You know, his response was,
yes,
nie kama and there's a song he likes balmanga bali no haliwele so nyalata. Na para nie kama because Wanami Wamboka had tried to be member of parliament for a long time.
For some time.
There were a lot of name calling. There were a lot of
funny names
thrown at him.
Yes.
But what I like about him is his resilience. Seka give up along the way down. Mala mwana papa uwele kakupangira sindu. Sisivolangata. And I even told him, Andu mwami, I think wele kapangalu wo mbunge this time. Mala kama nende sababu. Hubela, it is this time niyo bandu wemula kwa fila bali at least banyolo mbunge oho balanza maendeleo across bumula ombunge oelewa shida che malova nabo almost on every weekend.
Yes.
So Mwami Wamboka kambola ali na kebula nie kambi nende maisha nikabriremo nyoka kabo mbunge saa minata. So yeye hata choka
kabisa
kushukuru Mungu na kushukuru kupiga magoti kwa kila kanisa tukitembea akishukuru Mungu kwa mahali ambapo amefikisha
kabisa sana.
Yes.
Nataka tumalizie pale Murukoba at Angojei. Thank you so much. Helen Nafuna anasema unajieleza vizuri kabisa kwa Kiswahili, asante sana. Ofid Pishal following live from Kajiado, greet my only sober employee in Bumula CDF. Okay. Emmanuel Naski Ali watching live from this show which is starting in a few minutes from now. Thank you so much for watching us.